Hi, Brian. Hi, Trish.
Hi, Claude.
Hi, good
Hi,
morning.
Trish.
This is our last day at Summit 2024 at San Antonio. You are very, very, very tired, correct?
A bit, yes.
Yeah. And Trish,
Very tired.
I saw you like running left, right, 20,000 steps per
I
day.
got all
Like,
my steps in.
yeah, that's nice. Can we do a Power BI for her steps? Like,
We
How
how
many
could,
many-
steps I've taken?
like
Yeah.
telemetry on
Oh,
on
yeah,
steps.
Trisha's
Yeah,
steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
you just need a part on your shoe and then
okay.
connect it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm in.
we could do
Please.
that.
And we
could do
can
that.
we can link it to Business Central and
Yeah.
okay,
Maybe you
perfect.
guys can live track me.
Yeah. Let us talk today about Excel layouts, Power BI. What's the difference? Why people can have some reports on Excel layouts, some reports on Power BI. Is, for example, the financial report on Power BI, the 789 reports, new reports, the Wave 2, are free? The customer should pay for it. What exactly? Can you tell us about all this?
Yeah. So in this release, we are providing, like in the next minor when it will become available, we are providing 7 apps that cover finance, sales, purchasing, inventory, manufacturing, and jobs. There's actually 2 in inventory, so that's why it's 7. They will give you reports, each of them around 10 reports that cover an overview, KPI-based overview. The main reports in finance, it's your income statement and balance sheet, of course, a budget comparison, and then a few other KPI-driven reports, including some time series and whatnot, plus your detailed ledgers. In sales, it's more different sales statistics broken down, dimension, salespeople, and so forth. They will cover most areas, but we also continue building Excel reporting because people are used to Excel. It's a much less steep learning curve than Power BI, even though Power BI is pretty simple as an end user. But people feel more comfortable about Excel, so it's faster to do something just for you. So that's why we do these Excel reports. We will probably not expand the Excel layouts it is, or report objects, as much as we wanted to, because now we see that Power BI can actually do most of the work for you. Like if you have a report in Power BI and you have your detailed ledger entries, you can either export what you see in Power BI to Excel, or you can use the connectors that we use for Power BI in Excel as a data source. So that's why we'll focus more on Power BI.
Let me ask some questions concerning Power BI, finance, or the others. But today we have 10 new Power BI reports. They have to install the application. The Excels will come, or the Power BI will come. Like I have an income statement, and my chart of account is different than the other income statement, or we are in Canada and the Canada structure of the chart of account is different than the US. How the Power BI will know which account should be taken into consideration when we have for example, uh, income statement, balance sheet, or cash flow statement, or anything.
Yeah. So of course you get these apps that will then connect to BC, but in BC there's also a wizard that takes you through a setup. For sales and purchase inventory, it's rather simple. Like you need to find the entities and you're pretty much going. For finance, you need a setup where you map your chart of accounts, account categories to the ones that we have built the Power BI model for.
Oh, nice.
The Power BI model is a sort of a standard textbook driven KPI report, like for quick ratio or liquid assets, or where we keep the usual definitions that you see. You will then be able to take your chart of accounts and map it to the model.
That's nice.
So no matter what chart of accounts you have, you should be able to map it.
And we will have like a documentation. How
there will be documentation, and Kenny and I also talked about creating small videos to take you through the different steps, just to show you how it can be done.
That's great. And do we have timeline for this?
The Power BI will come up in the first release, which I think is scheduled for end of November, or maybe earlier. No, sorry. No, it will be in the first one, end of November, I think the schedule is. I keep forgetting the exact dates, but
Yeah,
very,
but
very soon.
soon. Okay,
Yeah.
then we are talking about 1 month, 1 month and a half.
Yeah.
Trish, do we have any other questions about?
Yeah, just from a like licensing perspective, the reports are available free with Insight, but do we need Power BI licenses to run them?
Yes. To run the report, if you just want to test them out, you can spin up a Power BI trial license that goes
Okay.
for 60 days. That's no problem. But in a business, you want to share it with colleagues. So the admin has to share them in a workspace. That's how you share data or reports in Power BI. So you need a pro license to assign an app to a workspace, but you also need a pro license to read data of a shared workspace.
Okay.
So every user that either manage or consumes, like read the data, needs a pro license.
Okay.
A pro license is currently $10 per month per user. But depending on your license setup with your Office, M365, and what else, the cost might be less than that, because maybe you have already bundled some Office Pros in what you have already.
That's great.
But so the maximum price is $10 per user.
Perfect. And can I build my own Power BI reports?
Not with what comes out in November, but because we're still we're trying to improve it. We still have we want to inject better managing of dimensions, so you get dynamic captions rather than dimension 1, 2, or 3.
Yes.
So we want to do a bit of tweaking, and to make sure that you're not disrupted when you take your own version and then we bring out a new, and you will have to merge anything in. We have only opened up for you being able to take the source code, like the PBIX files, with the next release in April, or maybe a bit before, but no later than April.
Awesome.
Then we should tell everybody that we are still improving. Like every release we will have.
April will not be the final version. We will both expand the set of apps that you will get. I know that we are building one for subscription billing. There will be one for sustainability. There will be one for fixed assets. And I think maybe first next summer, there's one planned for service management. So while we're doing that, we also learn how to distribute, like not how to distribute, but how to build these apps. And we'll take feedback, of course, through ideas, Yammer, and what other sources we have for input, and we will change it over time. And also Power BI come up with every release of Power BI, like every BC release, also means changes on the Power BI side that we may want to implement. I think yesterday Kenny showed the decomposition tree for items. It is a recent, I think it's been there for a while, but people have really only started using it recently. We want to show that. Maybe we want to add maps. There are different other charts and capabilities that we want to bake into our apps. So there will be a continuous improvement. Kenya and I actually want that Power BI apps or reporting is an integral part of delivering new features or improving features.
And do we have any role for Copilot in this reporting?
Yes, there's actually in Power BI, there are some very strong Copilot capabilities. I know that, was it last Build conference, where I think it was Satya that showed that Power BI has, it was only on Fabric, but the capability, once you have all your data, that Copilot can actually build your dashboard and reports, at least come up with a draft for you. For time series and large data set, Copilot also have summaries, and it can, like for your income statement, you could use a summary, I think it's called summary visuals, and put it in and have Copilot suggest annotations to your trial balance.
That's nice.
So I don't think we will, of course, see if we need to do something for our reporting, but Power BI is actually giving you a lot already.
Okay. We saw that during the sessions you did and Kenny did, and we already tested at Innovia, the analysis view, and how we can do pivot tables, and no need to export and do pivot table in Excel. Excel is our friend
Yeah,
because
it
it's
is.
under the same umbrella, but we need this the user to be like not to close Business Central, go to Excel, export all this. Like they can do things in BC using the analysis
Yeah,
and
because
Copilot also.
because there's a lot of scenarios where you need to manage data, slice and dice it, without the output being a report, or and there's a need to share it. So we also build in the capability to do analysis in a list, or now also on queries that we have started to build, so that the user can easily do a pivot on data that they see of filtered data that they see in a list. So if I'm running a purchase invoice and I have deferrals and I have allocations and the postings goes to many different accounts across many different periods, and I want to double check if my setup is correct, analysis mode is the right thing to use.
And
You-
easiest
and
thing in one
easiest
click.
because you just need to go to the ledger entries or preview entries, build your analysis view, and validate that your setup is correct. There's no need to export to Excel and try to figure that out. Plus, you can save it, and next time you have a similar situation or similar analysis, you can just flip to analysis mode, and it's already done for you.
And these are by users, correct? Then I did my analysis. Trish did her analysis. They will not interfere.
They're not, no, but if Trish has a really good one and she wants to share with you, she can build it, and she can then, there's a drop down that allows her to share it with you. Then you will get an instance of her view. But from then on, it will be yours. So if you tweak
That's
yours, and Trish also did it, you have yours.
That's
They're
nice.
not centrally managed yet.
Yeah, that's great.
And for the security, like if I have access to this page, then I can have access to the analysis, correct?
Yeah.
And if I don't have to do the analysis, then it's very secure, no problem about that. And I saw that Copilot has a good chunk. Then you can tell Copilot, I need the best 10 customers for the last months. He will directly do the query for you.
Yeah.
No need for a developer to do it. And that's very nice. I need all the people to go and check it because I love it. After we do the analysis, can we export it to Excel?
You mean the analysis mode?
Yes.
Yes. Once you okay, I thought you were in Power BI, but you're in analysis mode.
No, in analysis.
And for both places, Copilot can do the building of analysis mode for you. For either that one or the one that you built yourself, you can actually export the data to Excel. Like there's no drop down or no action, but if you right click anywhere in the grid, you will be able to export it to a CSV file or to Excel, and then you can start sharing it.
That's nice.
It's not a dynamic Excel spreadsheet you will get out, so it's not tied, but you'll get your data out and can do your nice reporting in Excel.
That's perfect. Trish, do you want to finish?
Well, no, thank you, Brian, for taking the time to
Thank you
talk
so
with
much,
us. I
Brian.
think that's awesome.
Thanks for inviting me.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate all your time. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.